Hi class, so welcome to another video and again, this is a review or should I say um, I don't know. This should be, I believe, the review of your quiz number 5 and number 6, okay, if I'm not mistaken. So probably no na probably some of you already had a problem with the quiz because you're only given only 25 minutes to complete. All right. So I think it's not a problem. It's not a problem on my end because the quiz already gave information that the exam is only for 25 minutes. Okay. So maybe you underestimated the quiz. Okay, so for the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to prevent some of you to resort to cheating. I mean, cheating is not a very good one. I mean, but of course, I cannot completely eradicate cheating in you kasi syempre BDO din kayo. You always find ways. Alright, so 25 minutes was given for your quiz para ma-pressure talaga ma-pressure kayo to your core. And I believe na nagbigay talaga ito ng shiver down to your spines. All right? So so before taking this quiz, siguro meron kayong dapat nalaman, no? So bakit hindi nyo kasi ginagamit yung calculator nyo? Besides, I already mentioned dun sa previous video about correlation and regression na kung meron kayong alam na mas madaling technique para mag-solve ng correlation and regression, alamin nyo. Probably you're being too complacent or lazy not to think about not to think about calculator or using your own calculator to calculate correlation and regression. Okay? And I believe that is not my problem anymore because you have your calculator with you. Okay? So I really expect that you know how to use your calculator well. And besides, yeah, anyway, let's go on. So, for example, this is a set of values or data points that we gathered from an experiment. Let's say that these data are the number of pets an owner has inside a neighborhood. So, for example, neighborhood, bahay na number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. So, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon kayo ng investigation sa 8 households sa isang community or sa isang neighborhood. Okay? And then you ask them, sir, how many cats and how many dogs you have in a home? All right? So based sa inyong interview or data gathering, nalaman nyo na ito yung data. All right? So nilagay nyo sila sa table at ito yung itsura. Now, the question is there a relationship or is there a association or correlation between cats and dogs inside a home? Or let's say a question is like this: meron ba talagang influence, well, for example, di naman ano yung gusto niyo ano yung relationship between cats and dogs inside a home? So, dito niyo makikita yung relationship between the two. So, meron bang ibig sabihin or meron bang reason behind kung bakit ang cats and dogs sa isang bahay is ganito? So, ano pa talaga ang proportion or ano ba talaga yung number of dogs and number of cats sa isang bahay? So, what is the ratio? But, of course, those kinds of questions, hindi yun yung inaalam natin ngayon. So, we're only going to answer the question. Okay? The question is there a correlation between the number of cats and dog inside a home? Is there a correlation? So, that's the question that we're going to ask ourselves today. Now, din sa binigay kong video lecture for correlation and regression, binigay ko sa inyo yung mano-manong pag-solve. Alright? But of course, lahat naman ng bagay ay mayroong shortcut. Alright? So, sa shortcut na yon, syempre, dapat kayo na dapat na nag-isip nun. Kasi, ano pa naman si Sir Ikal na to? Nagsasolve-solve, ang haba-haba, ang tagal-tagal. Wala bang mas madaling technique? Hindi nyo ba natanong ang sarili nyo nun? Alright, so tinanong ko ang sarili ko, mabuti na lang tinanong ko. So, ito yung technique. Alright, so, ang pinapakita ko sa inyo ngayon is a calculator ng isang Android app. So, hindi siya eksakto yung calculator ng FX911ES Plus. Okay? So, paano ba to paano ba natin compute ang correlation at regression using a scientific calculator, let's say Casio. Alright, so here's our data. So number one, first step is to go to mode and then click for statistics or stat. Right, so magtatanong sa inyo ng kung anong klase ng analysis ang gusto nyong gamitin. So for this kind of analysis, you only have two. So paired variables, x and y. Tama? So x and y. So you only have x and y to compare, and you're going to get the linear regression. So since this is a linear regression, obvious naman na ito ang kukunin natin. So kita nyo naman, x is cat, so that could be 3, 1, 6, 2, 9, 1, 5, 7. Okay? Ito naman sa y-axis, we have 5, we have 1, 3, 3, 7, 2, 8, and 7. Okay. So, now, first question is the regression and correlation. First, correlation muna. So, how are you going to use the calculator to find the correlation? So, ito lang gagawin nyo. So, you press shift and stat. Okay. So, you're going to get the regression calculate. So, display regression calculate based on input data. Alright. So, based dito sa binigay na input data is the regression or the correlation, or the correlation R is 0.7546. So, ibig sabihin, the correlation between the cats and dogs inside the home is only 75.46%. So, they're not really dependent. So, ibig sabihin, the relationship is not that kind of strong. So, ibig sabihin, or implication is you have to gather more data. So, you have to gather more data in order to get more results. Kasi, syempre, mababa yung correlation between the two. Okay? So, yun yung correlation. Now, using this shift stat and then regression mode of your statistics calculator, makukuha nyo rin yung tinatawag nating regression equation. Okay? So, alright, so based na rin sa na-discuss sa inyo last week, a line plotted in a x and y coordinate system can be, kung straight line yan, merong equation yan. And that equation can be given by the equation y is equals to mx plus b. Okay, so y is equals to mx plus b is yung syntax na familiar sa tao. Pero sa calculator kasi iba. So, sa calculator, ang formula niya is y is equals to a plus bx. Obviously, yung b ay yung slope. Yung a, yung y-intercept. So, ibig sabihin, ang formula na yan ay y is equals to 0.6667x plus 1.667. So, yun ang equation ng regression. Alright? So, question, kailan nyo magagamit yung regression equation? Magagamit nyo ang regression equation to predict the values of x if y is given, and you can predict the value of y, the x is y if y is given. So, you can use this equation to predict the numbers of, for example, magdadagdag kayo ng panibagong data dito, and then you say, nalaman namin sa pang-siyam na bahay is dalawa yung pusa. So, using the regression equation, gagawa kayo ng estimate o prediction kung ilan yung dog sa bahay na yon. So, I hope you get the point. Okay? So, ganun po yun. So, again, this is a regression, 0.7546. The equation is y is equals to 0.667 x plus 1.6667. Okay? So, punta tayo sa quiz ninyo. Ano yun? Calculator. Okay, punta tayo sa quiz. Okay, so, nag-try na ako mag-attempt. Meron akong maling isa kasi syunga ako. Alright, so, baka tataka yung iba. Sir, bakit ang dami ko naman tama pero bakit ang baba ng score ko? Kasi may mga items dito, may 5 items na binigay dito from previous quizzes na hindi ko binigyan ng 1 point each. So, hindi naman ako syunga para gawin ng 1 point each yun. Kasi ginagawa ko lang naman yun para ma-review kayo at hindi nyo makalimutan yung previous questions. Right? Okay, so, Question number 1. So makikita nyo naman ang mark dito eh. Siguro masyado kayong nagpapanik siguro kayo, no? Kaya hindi nyo napapansin yung mark dito. So next time, watch out for this one. Tingnan nyo. Okay? So don't forget to always read the fine print. Okay? So huwag nyo kakalimutan tong kasabihan na to. Always read the fine print. Okay? Ibig sabihin, laging magbasa, lalo yung mga maliliit na sulat, kasi there will always be a catch. Okay? So, especially when things are too good to be true. Okay, so question number 1 is which graph is best to use for, okay, may term dito best. Okay, best. To use for comparing IQ and EQ of men and women. Okay, so ang graph na pwedeng gamitin to compare different groups is using a bar chart. Okay, bar chart ang best for comparing IQ. So, naalala nyo yung comparing the performance between all smartphones according to their speed. So, Antutu benchmark. So, they use bar chart. They don't use pie chart. They don't use web. They don't use line chart. So, bar chart talaga ang best. Okay, so marami napansin na nahirapan dito. Hindi naman mahirapan. Dapat niya, kuha nyo yan eh. So, kasi inulit ko lang siya, pero pinaraphrase ko siya. So, these seemingly random variables in a dataset that are not conforming to the shape of your data. So, sila yung mga naliligaw-ligaw. So, outliers tawag doon. Okay, so question number 3, which of the following? So, pansin nyo to mark 0.2 out of 0.2. Kasi inulit ko lang tong question. So, obviously, to make your test more powerful, you get more data, you get more sample. So, number 4, medyo nahirapan yung iba dito. So, as a scatter plot, okay. So, mathematics kasi is yung x and y coordinate is called Cartesian coordinate system. Sa complex numbers naman, which is in advanced mathematics, ang tawag naman is R-grand plane. So, dito naman sa statistics, ang tawag nila scatter plots. So, kailan man nagiging scatter plot yon? Kapag yung data points, okay, so data points, sabihin, mga tuldok-tuldok. Okay, ba naman? Ibigay ko na sa lecture nyo to Yan yung mga tuldok-tuldok. Yan, scatter plot yan. Okay. Yung mga naliligaw-ligaw, yun yung outlier. Bigay ko na sa lecture yan. Sa last video. Okay, question number 5. So, pansin nyo, 0.2 out of 0.2. So, anything measurable continues. So, ito naman. So, calculate the correlation answer in decimal form up to 4 decimal places. Okay. So, check natin. Gamit tayong calcu. So, mode, stat. Alright. So, paired value kasi x and y. So, yung data is 19, 31, 34, 35, 39, 39, 43. Okay? Okay, dito naman is 400, 410, 580, 590, 570, 640, 680, and 660. Alright, so shift, then stat, then you regression calculate. Okay, so your regression or your correlation of fat and calories is 96. So it means that there is a strong correlation between the fat content and the calories. So ibig sabihin, the more na tumataas yung fat, the more na tumataas din ang calorie content. Alright? So this is accurate at 96.06%. So the answer is 96.06. So in decimal form yan kung may nasagot ng percent sa inyo, ewan ko lang sa inyo, hindi kayo nagbabasa. So blank show the whole group as cases as a circle. So syempre ano bang topic natin? 'Di ba mga charts tayo ni graphs and correlation and regression. So, di ko alam kung bakit magkakamali pa kayo. Baka siguro nag-iisip kayo ng ibang subject, naliligaw kayo. Okay? So, tandaan nyo lang, EDA po to. So, nabigay ko naman siguro yung description kung anong coverage ng quiz, which is graphs. So, expect yung graphs ang lalabas. So, pie chart yan. So, ito naman. So, using the data given and figure below, predict the number of sales. So, predict the number of sales. So, regression to. Diba? Regression. Okay? So, calculator ulit tayo. Alright, so sa year 19, nag-start siya sa 1995. So, wag kayong ma-confuse dyan. Hindi kayo magsa-start ng 1995 sa inyong data. Magsa-start kayo ng bilang sa 1 or 0. Hindi naman problema yun. So, pwede namang 1, pwede rin naman 0. Walang problema doon. Okay, so ibig sabihin 1995 nyo is 1, 1996 nyo 2, 7 ay 3, 8 ay 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang y nyo is 1.474. Ang 2 nyo is 1.66, 1.708, 1.787, 1.896, 1.985, 2.035. Right? So, shift, then stat, then regression. Okay, so ito yung formula. So, 1.43. So, ito yung formula. Hindi natin kailangan dito yung correlation. So, kailangan natin kunin yung number of sales sa year 2002. So, year 2002 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, number 8 siya. So, if you're going to use your, ano ba? Notepad. Kakalculate nyo yan. So, that is y is equals 0.0900357 multiplied by yung 8 kasi yun yung value of x plus 1.432. Okay? So, going to use your calculator. Hirap kasi nasa computer ako. So, 0.0900357 times 8 plus 1.432 equals. So, this is 2.1522. So, ang tanong is, alang daw? Round to 3 decimal places. So, this is 2.152. Okay, so yun ang sagot. So, getting the data of the entire population is called what? So, census, use the image below, actual candy sales. Okay, actual candy sales. So, another blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, stat. Okay, so, teka lang. Di ba nakuha ko na yung formula doon? Ba't kinulit? Okay, so, ito yung formula. So, ang actual daw na 2002 is 2.412. Ilan nga nakuha natin kanina? Di ba? Ang nakuha natin sa 2002, prediction natin. Okay? Prediction natin is 2.152. Tama? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, na residual natin, or residual, is equivalent to 2.412 minus 2.152. And that is equivalent to, ayan, bugo na naman ako. 2.412 minus, wait lang, 412 minus 2.152. Okay, so that is 0.26. So, which graph is best used to showing the trend of price of stock market? So, nabigay ko na sa inyo yan. So, line graph yan. Okay, so, yeah, ito naman. So, data points represent above shows. Okay, so, mapansin nyo na masyadong dikit-dikit sila. So, ibig sabihin, medyo may correlation sila kasi masyadong malapit yung data points. So, ibig sabihin, they have strong association. Kasi pag sinabi nyo slight strong association, medyo kalat-kalat pa yan. Medyo kalat-kalat pa ng konti yan. And then, no association at all. It means random lahat ng points dyan. Walang ibig sabihin. And then, negative association is downtrend. Okay? Ang downtrend data is a negative association. Ito ay positive association kasi meron siyang positive slope. Tama? So, this is, so since wala namang positive association dito, ang tama sagot talaga dito, using deduction is very strong association. Okay, so figure below, how many percent of deaths? So, ito total nyo lang yan, subtract 100%, so 26.3 ang sagot. Okay, so using the same data, is it reasonable to conclude that heart or respiratory disease were the cause of approximately 38% of US deaths in 1999? Okay, so sabi dito, heart and respiratory. So respiratory is 7.9, heart is 30.3. So if you're going to compute, that's 37, so that's 38%. Okay, so obviously, yes, you will say yes. So blank gives space to this distribution of categorized values of variables showing the counts for each category. Okay, yun ang term mo, category, categorized variables. So it means this is a bar graph. So which graph is best to use for showing composition of the Earth's atmosphere? So this is a pie chart. So pie chart talaga to. Kasi the Earth's composition is 100% yung atmosphere. I believe 70% is nitrogen. Nitrogen is 70%. Oh yeah, tama. 70% of percent of the atmosphere is nitrogen. 30, I don't know, oxygen. Atmosphere. Uh, Oxygen percent in atmosphere. 30%. 21 lang. Okay, so yeah, 21. So yung rest is carbon dioxide and then other gases. Yeah. So you use pie chart to give you that. That's the best. Okay, that's the best. So ito naman pie chart din. You know why? You know why pie chart is the best? Because we're giving percentage here. So kapag naka-percentage yung inyong data, you use pie chart. Because that's basically the composition. So, a group of scientists, physicists, want to investigate famous Einstein equation is equals to mc squared. So, gumawa sila ng experiment. They tested weighing on object stationary and in stationary motion. So, they want to test the correlation between the two if they can say na meron talagang, meron o tama talaga yung equation ni Einstein, which means that the more you go, the more you get your velocity higher, the more na bumibigat ka. So, yun ang ibig sabihin ng E is equals to mc squared. So, again, use your calculator. Mas mabilis to kapag kamay, hindi sa computer. Hirap sa computer. So, you have 26, 29.9, you have 39.5, 25.1, 31.6, 36.2, 25.1, 31, 35.6, 40.2. Right? So, taas is 27.9, 29.1, 38, 27, 30.3, 34.5, 27.8, 29.6, 33.1, 35.5. Okay, so start. You get the regression calculator. You get 81%. Oh! 81% yun. Baka may typo ako. So, ibig sabihin, mamali ako dito. Yeah, I know. (26), 29.9, 39.5, 25.1, 31.6, 36.2, 25.1, 31, 35.6, 40.2. Wala ba? Okay, so 27.9, 29.1, 38, 27, 30.3, 34.5, 27.8, 29.6, 33.1, 35.5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so answer is 0.9652. So yun ang reason kung bakit lagi siyang kino-close kasi pumapalya tong app na to. So kung gumagamit kayo ng calculator na app dito sa Android nyo, I mean baka dito lang sa emulator ko. Nagloloko kasi to. So kailangan ko siya i-close every time na gumagawa ako ng analysis. So ang sagot is 0.96553. Yeah. So pwede, tatanggap din naman ang calculator ng iba. I mean, tatanggap naman ako kasi naglagay ako ng tolerance na plus or minus 0.0001. Right. So, we use, ito magkamali, may pagkasyunga ako. So, 2 sample t-test ito. So, the best defense against bias is randomization and then finish review. Yay! Pagod ako bigla. Okay, so yun. So, I hope you get something from this video. And sana magamit niyo yung regression and correlation techniques. Okay? So, sana may karoon kayo ng idea no, kung paano nyo gagamitin ng correlation and regression techniques. Kasi hindi naman talaga lahat ng application is ituturo ko. Come on, kayo naman mag-discover ng sarili nyo. So, anong purpose ng learning kung wala kayong madi-discover? So, ganun yun. So, I hope na may nakuha kayo, may nagets kayo, ganun. Ano ba? So, dito sa case part 1 ng case study ng EDA is grabe, nakakapagod mag-check. So, meron pa akong hindi na-checkan na dalawa. So, 22. Kasi yung 22 na yan ay mga Word file. Ang hirap kasi checkan ng Word file. Mas madaling checkan yung naka-PDF. Okay, so I guess that's it for the video. Bye-bye.